Welcome back to bestofmarin.com, where we give you the rundown on all things happening around the county and where to find the best places to go in Marin. Today, we're shifting gears a little bit.
Yeah, we aren't just looking at the calendar for this deep dive.
Exactly. We're looking at the architecture of the culture itself, like the actual physical rooms that built the musical identity around here.
Which is a massive topic because, from the outside, Marin just looks like quiet suburbia.
Right.
But if you scratch the surface, it's really the engine room for a huge chunk of American music history. And the mission today is to understand how that history wasn't written in stadiums.
It was written in dive bars and coffee houses.
In theaters, yeah, exactly.
It's kind of the paradox of the area. I mean, you have the massive San Francisco sound of the late 60s, the Grateful Dead and Santana.
Here for some airplane.
Right. And when things got too crazy down in the Haight, they didn't pack up for LA or New York. They just moved north across the bridge.
They came here for the peace, but they didn't stop playing. They just stopped playing at people and started playing with them.
Which creates what you call the living room dynamic.
Yeah, the living room dynamic. In Marin, the separation between the rock star on stage and the audience is almost non-existent.
That proximity changes everything. You aren't watching some spectacle on a jumbotron. You're literally watching a neighbor work out a melody.
It feels less like a concert and more like a secret shift at the factory, where the product just happens to be world-class rock and roll.
And that vibe shifts drastically depending on your zip code.
The folk lineage of Mill Valley and then the isolation of the coast.
You walk into Peri's Tavern or the California Gold, and it doesn't feel precious at all. It feels lived in.
Well, Peri's have been there since the 30s, so yeah. It's where you go to see the players. You could be standing next to a guy who played bass at Woodstock, and he's just there to see his friend's jazz trio on a Tuesday night. It's not an event, it's just a nightly rhythm.
There's no hiding in those downtown bars either. No crazy light show to distract you.
No, you fumble a solo and the crowd knows. It demands a really high level of musicianship.
Mill Valley is the songwriter's sanctuary.
A totally different lineage rooted in the folk revival. Less about amps and more about lyrics.
Which brings us to the Sweetwater Music Hall. That's a church of this entire philosophy.
It really is. Sweetwater represents the evolution of the coffee house. It's where that San Francisco sound went to mature.
Trading the stadium spectacle for reverence.
Yes. The audience in Mill Valley is there to listen, often in dead silence, which is terrifying for a performer, but electric for a listener.
Then you drive 45 minutes west, and the whole atmosphere shifts again.
Point Reyes Station. The music there seems to change to match the weather.
The fog rolls in, and there's no cell service.
That isolation strips away the industry ego completely.
The constraints actually force a different kind of creativity. You can't rely on tech out there.
Exactly. You're playing to the room, not the industry. It completely resets the hierarchy.
Stepping back, these rooms are incubators. They're doing way more than just selling drinks.
They're essential for survival. We always focus on the legends, but these small stages are the economic lifeline for the working class of musicians.
The session players and up-and-comers. The middle class of music that's disappearing everywhere else.
Right. You can't play the arena every night. These 100-capacity rooms let artists test new material and actually make a living.
Without being on a grueling tour bus for 9 months a year.
It sustains the art form locally.
So for you listening, the strategy isn't to look for the most expensive ticket.
Ignore the Ticketmaster alerts.
Just go to downtown San Rafael on a random Wednesday.
Or drive out to Point Reyes on a rainy Sunday. That is where the actual musical DNA of the county is replicating itself in the dark.
It's funny because we are a county famous for the outdoors, the redwoods and the ocean.
But the most Marin experience you can have might actually be indoors, watching a legend tune a guitar 3 feet away from your face.
Definitely. And it makes you wonder how the rapid rise of bedroom recording software is going to change this local ecosystem in the next decade. Will these physical rooms matter as much when anyone can produce a studio-quality album without ever stepping foot on a stage? Just something for you to think about.
That is a great question to leave on.
Don't forget to sign up to our email list for updates on our next episode and latest events. Until next time, we will catch you on bestofmarin.com.